Welcome in, everybody, to an all-new episode of Comic Book Women. We are sans one of our members, but Jen and I are here. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
I like this angle for you. I think this is cool. I like it.
Okay, thanks.
You're not feeling it? You're like, no.
It's just different. Not used to... Yeah.
Where to look. Well, all right, guys, if you are new to our show, we go live every Tuesday and we spotlight a different female, either character or a writer or artist. And tonight, if you guys saw the thumbnail already, you are going to be aware that we are spotlighting a very relevant character, Kate Bishop, tonight. She was created by Alan Heinberg and one of my favorite artist Jim Chu. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be who we cover tonight. Hopefully you guys are as pumped as we are after watching the recently released trailer. So hello, Yee, what's up? Welcome in. H&H Comics, hello. Dollar, what's up? Let's see, we have Lily, hello, welcome in. And Toy Hunting with Gonzo. Hi, good to have you in. So yeah, before we get started and going through the whole report of Kate Bishop, quick shout out to our sponsors over at Cover Price. They provided us with all the information that we're going to be relaying to you tonight. If you go to their site and use the code Flipside, you get 2 months of their unlimited membership for $1.99 a month. Mm-hmm. Kind of a sweet deal. So, Jen, how was your day?
Busy, long, and I'm not done.
Really?
I think I need to drink more water. Kind of dehydrated a little bit.
I've been drinking those IV packets that Lucy was talking about. I think they help, or maybe it's just like me thinking they help and I'm convincing myself they do, but...
Is potassium in there?
I don't know. There's like 11 grams of sugar and a ton of sodium, which is not good, but they seem like they're helping. I don't know.
I'll check it out.
You should try it. They'll keep you hydrated. Let's see. Jen, you're looking good. See?
Thanks.
No Lucy tonight. No, she's not feeling well, so she's taking the night off and she's going to rest up a little bit. All right, so yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, it's kind of perfect because we just came off of doing a Shuri's show not too long ago and she took over the mantle, so now we have another character taking over a mantle, Kate Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jen, do you want to start with what we know about her and then I'll just kind of add to it?
So 2005 came on the scene. So I just like the character a lot. That's why we included, we'll start off after this with like reading recommendations, because if you haven't read any of like thing about her stuff, I definitely recommend it. You can still find trades. I want to say like I got a couple of mine for under $10 at like used bookstores, right? Yeah. That's a good place to get trades if you don't want to pay like full price. And badass, shoot, like, I mean, this actress, Haley
Steinfeld. Yeah.
I want to say Seinfeld all the time, but it's Say it again.
I just think of Pitch Perfect when I see her. Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, but Steinfeld. The look, right? Isn't she like perfect? Like, and she seems like she's tall. I don't know. I think she's tall, like 5'10" around. And that's kind of around.
Nails it. Like, it's perfect. Her age range is perfect.
We only saw the trailer on Monday, and then she's posted some stuff on her Instagram. We've seen some people leak some stuff, right? Some of those photos. But I mean, we'll probably see her transition into Hawkeye's role during the series, but who knows? Because I mean, Jeremy Renner isn't done yet.
Well, how can he be? If you think about Black Widow, it's like, I mean, there has to be more like more with that line. But for those of you who aren't aware, Kate Bishop, she has an interesting backstory too. She was born to a rich Manhattanite family. What?
I put a note because I was out, like I reread some stuff. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, she does. I remember thinking this thought when I first was reading her, is that she kind of reminds me a little bit of Helena Bertinelli from DC.
Okay, like, in what way?
Just from being from a family that's not the greatest, and then taking up the cause on the other side. Like, granted, they don't die.
Yeah.
Or spoilers.
It's okay.
But the fact that she has like a mom and a dad and a stepmom and a sister that are all still alive. Spoilers.
Yeah, I think she has an interesting backstory. I think she's one that if people again aren't familiar with, this is something that you might want to read. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We're going to talk about all this as we go throughout the show, but interesting storyline. Her motivation for becoming the way she is rather tragic, but her character is similar to Clint Barton in the sense that she's so stubborn and she's so independent and she's so driven to just keep getting better that she just becomes exceptional. And I don't know, she's a really cool character. I'm excited that we're going to be covering her tonight. I'm excited that they're getting this show out. I think the show is going to be so cool.
Well, it's hard too because we did 11 slides with 15 comics. Not to mention like some stuff at the end that we kind of included and some stuff in the beginning we kind of included. There's a lot. So we obviously couldn't pick like a lot of her stuff. So we'll probably have to do a part 2 closer to the series or during the series. Like she's been around for a while. It's not like 5 years. It's 2005. We're in 2002.
It's like 16 years, 17 years. Almost. Yeah, it's definitely been a while, but it's neat to see her finally getting the credit she deserves. And Jeremy Renner, I love. I think he kind of brought the well-deserved interest back into Hawkeye. Because I don't want to say Hawkeye was irrelevant, but I just feel like Hawkeye wasn't given enough attention until you saw Jeremy Renner take over that role and really just, I don't know, he brought him to life.
Well, because I don't think we've ever gotten an iteration of him in live action before the MCU, right? There's been some cartoons, but like nothing. Oh,
sorry, I'm missing all these comments. Go ahead.
Yes, you're correct. But I really like too that this series, the Matt Fraction, like we all read, like that's one of the most pivotal things that people who've read it just gush, right?
Yeah.
And it was nice to see him play that role in different, but we haven't really seen him shine by himself, kind of like with Wanda, right?
That's true. So there's a lot that could happen here. So we'll kind of have to wait and see. So let's keep cruising, guys. If you are new to the show and you haven't already given us a thumbs up, please do that and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. All right. So Jen chose these 2 different collections, right? So that people kind of have a nice place to start to read and become familiar with the characters. Where can you find these most likely? You kind of already covered this, but
I mean, half-price books, used bookstores, comic book stores. I imagine that Penguin will probably reprint these, but I do not know. I would just check those first before you go to like eBay because they were cheap for a while for around under 10, but when I checked recently, I was like, ooh, like.
And Young Avengers is like I like that collection. That's Ellie was really into it for a while. Adam too, and this is. Again, if you guys aren't familiar with the Young Avengers, it's an interesting way that they took, the original characters, but they're just expanding. What do you call it, Jen?
The lore?
Yeah, like you just keep going, world building, expanding, and keeping it relevant and fresh. And yeah, anyways.
And then the Matt Fraction run we just talked about, but you can get it. And then I know everyone likes those. Is it Dave Daha? The covers? The covers? Aha?
I believe so, yes. Aha.
And then in the middle, okay, if you go to buy her toy, a lot of people are opening up the pack and just selling her by herself for like around $50. And I'm like, ooh, okay. But then one guy made his own Marvel Legends, and he even says it in the title, because she doesn't have her own that I could find. So, like, I think this is a Toys R Us exclusive, but this is her only toy that I could find. I guess you guys will let us know. You guys can find some more.
I think that's really cool that you included that. We're bound to see more after this show drops. It's going to be like everywhere, but. And again, this is just such a brilliant way that the MCU is just, they're taking these shows and they're creating so much hype, and they're using these shows that I think eventually will become movies. And then the Young Avengers is eventually you're going to have to see them everywhere, right? Who do you think they would cast as Cassie Lang?
They already did. They
No.
they recasted her.
Who?
So when you watched
I'm
Ant-Man,
getting
he
sidetracked.
already has a daughter, and she grew up through the roles of like her couple different times, and
I thought they
then
weren't using her though.
they have a new actress. So, but the thing is that original actress didn't know until she saw the recasting, and she's like, "Cool,
Ooh.
thanks for letting me know."
Ooh.
But so yeah, they already. Oh shoot, I don't have the. Let's see, but they did already cast her.
Oh my
They
gosh, we're getting sidetracked, guys. Yeah, send it to me because I'm really pumped about that one too. I think that'll be a really cool character to follow, and yeah, send it to me. We'll have to cover that one on the show eventually too.
Yeah, because they're very intertwined, these two, for a while.
Well, they were the ones that weren't really supposed to be part of the Young Avengers. I mean, if you want to be like a punk about it, but they earned their roles. They made it so that they could hold their own. See, Vision doesn't know everything. All right, let's keep cruising. So, this is what everybody's been talking about this week. The trailer dropped for the new show that's going to be on Disney Plus, November 24th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So we got the movie poster. What do you think of this? What was your initial reaction to this trailer?
Loved it, and I shared it like it's hot. I keep saying I need to come up with a new catchphrase, but I just kept sharing it because I'm like, this is so cool. Like, I'm really excited about it. It does take. It seemed like Matt's Fractions run. I was like, oh, there's so many things.
Well, he's helping with the show.
Oh, he is for officially.
So I heard. Yeah. So I heard. But this is all just rumblings among the comic book community. But I heard that he did contribute to how they developed the show.
And the poster for it in official MCU or Marvel Disney license doesn't yet exist. This is what we got on Instagram. And so I was looking for just her poster, and this is the only thing I could find from Generations, a promo poster. So whoever got it on August 22nd.
That's a good comparison, though. So when we do see this poster come out, I mean, it'll probably end up selling. We're speculating a little bit, but it's a cool poster, too.
And they've been doing a lot of posters for upcoming series. They just did that the Death of Doctor Strange that you turned us on to.
Yeah.
And they just did another one I saw this past week for pre-order, so they'll probably do.
So I showed the trailer to Anthony. He's like, doesn't it kind of remind you of like a mixture of like taking kind of like the Iron Man feel, but then you mix it with Die Hard? He's like, it kind of has like that Die Hard vibe to me. And I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see that. And I mean, a Christmas show, yeah.
It'll be good. I'm excited.
I think everybody is. I was completely, I'm going to be transparent here. I wasn't like, I was like, whatever, Hawkeye's coming out, whatever. But then the trailer is what made me go, okay, I was totally wrong. This is going to be badass. Quite possibly one of the coolest shows that they've released so far. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm really excited. I'm going to sit on the couch and watch this full thing with Ellie because she's been squealing, running around the house about it. So,
nice.
Yeah. So if you guys get the poster, get your hands on the posters if you can, because most likely they'll be able to be flipped for something. Really quick shout out to Trish Forstner. She's in the house with us tonight. You saying hi to her too. Co-creator of Stray Dogs. We got our trade paperback in today. Anthony was like making it glow in the dark and very cool. All right. So first up, as we were mentioning earlier, the first appearance you will see Kate Bishop is in the Young Avengers #1, Volume 1, which came out in 2005. Really cool. It's a cool series. You have a bunch of unsanctioned teenagers who decide to just start kicking ass.
Yeah. I mean, and in #1, you get it is her first appearance, right? She gets named, she kind of helps them fight. She's like at a wedding, her sister's wedding. And to meet, you only said 4 new heroes, right? It's Iron Lad, which you later find out is a variant of King. Or
yeah, the younger version of King. Well, kind of. In an alternate. That's a whole nother show.
Patriot is Eli Bradley, which we did see in Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Hulkling, who's I'm blanking. The shapeshifting. Kree?
Yes.
And then
you're making me panic.
Sorry. And then Asgardian, who's later is Wiccan, is one of Wanda's kids. Oh God, would you like another life or
an alternate? I guess.
Yeah.
Describe it. But yeah, it's a cool series. And then you have, again, we were talking about this earlier. You have Cassie Lang and Kate Bishop, who kind of just join the crew on their own accord and have to kind of earn their way to stay, which they eventually do. It's a cool series.
Yeah, that's number 2. You get to meet their meeting and like following the Avengers to the old mansion.
Yeah, it's a really neat one. I think Iron Lad is a really cool character. We're obviously not going to cover it because we're comic book women, but somebody out there, I would have totally watched a show on that. All right, so let's see here. And then on the number 6, that is her first official cover.
Yeah, so number 5 has like, it's a broken glass. So you see her face. So it's kind of a partial cover, right? And then this would be, and then the costume she's wearing minus the mask is what she wears to go out on her first outing with the Young Avengers.
You got the swordsman's sword, you got the Hawkeye bows, and then she was wearing the Mockingbird's mask, but she's not in this.
Yeah.
But she's kind of like you can tell she's still trying to figure out her identity because she's just piecing together all this stuff from other characters. So I think that's kind of an interesting way to do it. But yeah, really cool cover. So let's look at the pricing here. You got a raw comic for $253 for the number 1. And if you want a graded 9.8, you're looking at over $1,000, and it is on an upward trend, which is no shock there. Then Young Avengers number 6, $65 for the raw comic. 9.6, 165. So that's definitely more obtainable. But if you're a diehard Kate Bishop fan, you want to get that number 1.
Yeah. I mean, but for a while you could find 2 through 12 like in the cheaper bins, and then but then stuff got announced and it's been upward like since then.
Do you own this one?
Yeah, I have one number 1, this normal one. I have one director's cut. I don't have the other. Oh, shoot, there's like a special 9 point something from CGC, and there's like another. There's like 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I only have 2.
I don't have any of them. I'm kind of bummed about it. I'm gonna tell
you. You have any?
No.
Oh, I'm sure in the warehouse somewhere.
I asked Ant. He's like, I don't think so. He's like, I think we sold a lot of Young Avengers for very little a while back. So it's one of those ones I'm just kicking myself for. But part of being a retailer, you have to sell stuff. You know?
Well, it's still. I still feel like it's got to be in some back issue bin somewhere. Like it's not. It's not like an ASM. Like one, right? It's if someone knows older stuff, usually in the messy bins, I just hold hope, keep digging.
Mr. Longshort found in an Avengers 1 in a dollar bin.
See?
There's a chance. So there's a possibility you can come across one of these. Before we keep moving, guys, if I saw the views are going up here, make sure that you check out Cover Price. They are providing all the information that we use, and they do act as our sponsors. So special thank you to them. If you use the code Flipside, you get their membership for $1.99 for 2 months. And it's useful. You get a lot of good stuff over there. So these are the first 2. First appearance, first cover. Let's keep cruising. So we continue on with the Young Avengers. Now, number 9, you were saying, is the first time you see her actually in her outfit, which is important. That's when she, I think, gains her real identity, right?
Yeah. And then in number 12 is when she takes on the AKA mantle of Hawkeye.
The actual name given to her by Captain America in that issue.
Yeah.
So that's when she's actually named, but her first appearance is number 1.
And if people are like, what? Be like, okay, a good example that I could draw a parallel to would be that Avenging Spider-Man number 8 or 9 with Captain Marvel going from Miss Marvel to Captain Marvel. Also by Captain America.
There you go. That's a great parallel, Jen. Love it. Perfect. So, okay, let's look at this. For the first appearance of her actual outfit where she's not wearing, bits and pieces from other characters, the number 9, you're looking at $20 roughly for the raw comic. And if you want to get it graded, $85. That is reasonable. I think that's more than reasonable. I would do either of those. And then if you look at the Young Avengers, the first time she's actually given the name by Captain America, you're looking at $35 for a raw, $280 if you want a 9.8 graded copy. They're both on downward trends, which I find surprising.
Well, so it's interesting to see, especially with her it dropping yesterday, what's flooding eBay and what's not, right? Mm. And I feel like the ones that people are still hanging on to, like the Young Avengers number 1, it's not flooding as much because people are like, well, wait a minute, there's how many other characters? She's just getting started. And these other ones, like, I think more people have, right? And so I mean, I'm just trying to think about why.
No, it's possible. It's interesting to kind of see like these markets behind the scenes. There's so much always going on. And hold on real quick. So are we going to assume that Kate will replace Clint in the MCU before too long, like Yelena seemingly replaced Natasha? I mean, that would be my guess, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't. The one thing that I was trying to figure out was how many movies she was signed on to do, because with other ones we're hearing like 10 and 12, but there's no number that I've come across for Haley. And like Jeremy Renner, like still seems down to play Hawkeye. So
we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right, let's keep cruising. Next up, so all right, I'll let you introduce these. Go ahead. I'll add on to these.
Okay. So Fallen Sun, the Death of Captain America #3 is the first cover of them together, and then in the first unofficial meeting, which I was like, that's interesting. 2007.
Well, isn't it the first meeting as her actually being named after she's been named Hawkeye? It's the first time they've met, right?
I don't know why it's an unofficial. Like, why would it?
Because officially they've already met, right?
Well,
I mean, the two characters have met, but this is the first time they've met under the mantle of Hawkeye.
Well, I wonder if they don't want to count the Hawkeye Matt Fraction run because they're already like buddy, right? And that's like them having their team up versus this is them. I don't know.
Yeah, this series is basically covers the aftermath of the assassination of Captain America. So you're seeing these two characters. Initially, they're not really seeing eye to eye because you have, oh man, I'm going to get way too into this. You get Tony Stark is trying to not convince, but he's giving the option to Hawkeye to take over the Captain America shield, which Kate Bishop has an issue with. She's like, I don't think that's right, that anybody should be taking that over. But anyways, the first time that you see these two kind of clash temporarily, they end up actually on the same side, but it's a really good series. Have you read this one, Jen?
Yeah, I had 3, now I have 2.
Oh, this is one I want to get Ellie to read.
Well, because whenever I find something, it's like, okay, well, is that better than what I have at home? I don't know. It's cheap. I'll buy it. Like, I like the character a lot. She spans multiple titles, and that's another thing that we couldn't cover. Like, there's just so many.
We'll have to do part 2. We'll have to.
If you want to be a completionist with her, I think it'd be really, really hard, especially when it gets into like foreign stuff with her.
Oh gosh, we never even tap into that. But yeah, okay. So this one is again the first time that you see the two of them. They're on the cover. They have their first unofficial meeting, and it's an interesting story if you haven't read this one. So you're looking at $2 for the raw comic. There's no graded information as of right now, but maybe as this gains more heat, you'll see one pop up. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh! Really quickly. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, we were so like down the rabbit hole of the phone. We were just like talking out amongst ourselves. Thanks so much. We're stoked for Kate Bishop too. That's very cool. Jen's next Whatnot sale. When is that, Jen?
I'm going to try to do it tonight. And I'm going to take them all out this time too. So people can like see like the grade, like, or see like why I did it. It'll be out my second time. So hopefully the sound will work and I won't be too nervous.
You're gonna do great. Don't be nervous. Everybody out there, they're all cool. You'll be fine. All right. So then, Young Avengers presents Hawkeye. We just chose this one because it was the wrapping up of the Matt Fraction series, right? And it's a cool cover.
Well, and because there's 6 of the series, because it's Young Avengers presents, and it talks about the six Young Avengers, right?
Yes.
The ones that like I was always drawn to were Stature and her, but I only have one of Hawkeye. I never found another one. I just found that one. And I was like, okay.
I'm going to have to go dig around. I think you're right. I'm going to have to go dig around and see what we have out there. Maybe I can find us some. Maybe.
Well, I have one. Like, I guess, I'll just keep it.
You're not going to sell anything. I want to watch your Whatnot shows. I could see you being like, here, this is not for sale. Here,
I am
not for sale.
Really honest. Sometimes the first couple should be fine because it's like the ones that I have doubles of that I'm like, okay, well, this is the But eventually, I feel like you'll start to see me be like, maybe this one's going to be digging. Sorry, guys.
You're shopping during your own show. All right, so we're looking at $83 for the raw, $370 for the 9.8. But again, both really cool covers. So if you guys have any way to get a hands on these, we highly recommend it. Let's keep cruising. All right, these ones we were talking about prior to the show because there's a tiny bit of a, what do you call it? Like I don't want to say discrepancy, but there's, well, that's the only way to put it. There's a little bit of, it's odd that you would see the pricing the way it is. Why?
So I think people assume when they see them at, like, they see it like, oh, the purple and the Hawkeye, you know, and oh, she's in that. She has to be number one.
Right.
But she's not in number one. But I will say that Tracksuit Mafia is a number one along with Arrow, which later becomes Lucky, Pizza Dog. So that's what I like number one is for Pizza Dog because super awesome. And if you guys want to, the dog is on Instagram who plays Pizza Dog in the TV show.
Ellie follows him.
Super cute. Okay. But she's not in it. She's not until number 2. She's in number 2.
But if you're looking at the pricing here, you would think just by looking at this, you're like, oh, okay, then that must be why this one's going for so much more. But it is still number 1. It still does have a couple other first appearances. So maybe that's kind of where it landed, I guess. So
if you're looking at the Hawkeye series, it's from 2012 because there's a couple different Hawkeye series.
The raw comics looking at $40, and then you have $270 for the 9.8. This one is on an upward trend. The average graded comic is somewhere in the almost $290. So that's interesting. You probably see some of them going in the $300 range. If you look over at number 2, which is where you actually see Kate Bishop appear, you're looking at $28 for the raw and $71 for a 9.8. Upward trend still, though. And I like these covers. They're clean.
I like that Double J comics I wonder if the dog signed for multiple MCU projects. I hope so.
Wait, hold on. Oh, there we go.
Because Pizza Dog is in, like, it's really cool to kind of find covers with him and her. I think there's an America Comics, West Coast Avengers. Shoot. I think there's like an Occupy. I don't know. So it's cool to follow the dog in, Kate.
Follow the dog. Oh, maybe. You never know, though. That's the whole game in comic books. It's like you never know the exact moment you should sell. What was I going to say, though? There was something else. I'm being awful with the comments, guys. I'm sorry. I'm talking so much with Jen because it's just the two of us. So I just feel like it's you and me hanging out that I'm forgetting there's comments on the side. So I apologize for not being better about the comics. All right. I draw the heck out of a Lucky the Pizza Dog comic. Hell yeah, you would, Trish. That would be awesome.
There is, if you're really curious about him, issue 11 is Pizza Dog. It's like you see like the footprints on the cover.
That's what JP is saying here. I just want one episode of a show to be like issue 11, just the dog.
Yes, that'd be cool.
Perfect. All right, let's keep cruising. We just like the cover on this one. I think that's the only reason you're going to see this up here. That's really cool. I mean, this is Comic Book Women, and she looks badass. If I could find that t-shirt, just a plain white t-shirt that says I love Hawkeye, I'd wear it.
Well, the purple is really interesting. I don't understand why the first prints weren't all purple. Like, I love kind of like when you get She-Hulk and Loki have their second or third prints are green. And you're like, that makes sense because of the character. Why wouldn't you just do that right away?
The ultimate Bishop cover.
And this is also a cameo of, I can't pronounce their name, but the clown. It's like a Kazminski. I can't even pronounce it.
Say it with confidence and everybody will believe you.
I can't. It's too long.
I'm not even going to attempt. I have all these written down over here. I'm like, I'm not even going to try. Okay, so we're looking at $149 for this badass book. This is what I would want slabbed and hanging on the wall because I think it's so cool. But then you're looking at $1,000 if you want it slabbed and a 9.8. Over $1,000, actually. And I don't see that going down anytime soon, right? It's probably going to hold steady. So if that's one that you're looking for, you're probably better off just trying to find a near mint copy and grading it yourself. If you can. Oh my gosh. So remember the last show? This is again a tangent. We were talking about Spider-Man 12. And I was like, I already have like 15 of them, blah, blah, blah. So I ordered another one because I had like an itch. I get it sent to me. I'm not going to say who this was, but the guy sends it to me. This is off of eBay. And I should have gone through Anthony and had him check everything because I just did it. I get the book in yesterday. He had re-stapled the entire spine. Like just like random ass staples going down the whole spine. And he told me it was a near mint. And I walk out, I'm all, Aunt. He's like,
Wait, what do you mean?
do?
Like there were like 5 staples?
Okay, so you could see the original staple holes because with Marvel they're in the same spots. But then you could see like he had added staples because you could still see the other staple holes next to the ones that he had put in. So he just re-stapled the book, and it just. I took the walk of shame to Anthony's office, and I'm like, so I ordered this off of eBay, and he's like, Laura. But yeah,
gotta be careful.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. So that's the only problem with trying to find the point of that is if you're trying to find a near mint, there's no guarantees. You could end up with one that's all stapled up. I was kicking myself. I know better. Really upset about this, Jen. I want you to be upset too. Be more upset.
It sucks. Are you gonna print or no?
No, I probably won't because it has one of those disclaimers that it's like, look at the pictures. And I didn't.
Could you see it in the pictures?
After the fact, when I went back and looked, not on my phone, but on Anthony's computer, and I'm like sitting there squinting, I'm like, oh, okay.
I've done something like that in person, and I think that's much worse.
That makes me feel better. Thanks. That helped. Okay, all new Hawkeye. So when we're talking about the all new Hawkeye, you're looking at a series here. This is the #1 variant. She's not a solo character. Well, she's a solo character, but this isn't a solo run yet. She's still kind of playing as like a co-pilot. She's like a sidekick, right? Mm-hmm. Love this book. This is a really neat cover.
Women of Marvel.
Yeah. And we're looking at. I'm trying to think of what year this was.
2015.
That's right, 2015. 2015, you're looking at $8 for the raw. We don't have any graded information yet, but it's a beautiful cover. I like this one. What do you think?
I wish it was purple.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to figure out where the red and the yellow, like what the reasoning was. There had to be something, right?
I don't. People tend to choose red a lot as main color. If you like look at people's costumes and like the logos and even just team colors, people tend to go red a lot. But they could have definitely done purple with like an aqua as the accent circles, and that would have been really cool.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. I agree. I'm sitting here trying to find a reason why that doesn't make perfect sense, but it does.
But I like it. I still like it.
It's still very cool. I like the negative variant look that they have going on here. It's really neat. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I'm ignoring comments again. JP's Budget Collecting. That's a sweet cover. Hadn't seen that one. Yes, we're a fan. So if you guys are able to get your hold of this one, highly recommend it. But now I like it less after you said it should be purple. I know. That's how I feel. I'm like, well, shit.
The artist is SHO. Morrissey? Show Morrissey? I say it?
That sounds right.
Okay.
That sounds good. Say it with confidence. All right. All new Hawkeye yet again. We have the #2 variant. Who's the artist here?
Kevin Wada is who's credited.
Okay. I like this one too. It's a
1 for $25. It's kind of sketchy. It's that kind of style.
It looks like watercolor.
Yeah, I see it. But I see it like in their face, like that sketchy, like I don't know why I did that.
It's an interesting illustration of their relationship. I'll say that. Like you have the two of them. I like seeing both of them on the cover at the same time. That's neat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this isn't a bad one. So you're again under $20. You can't go wrong there. That's a great price for this book. This is a really nice run as well. So if you guys haven't read the all new Hawkeye, this is a good one. 2015. I totally forgot before we started.
Check those back issue bins. I feel like not enough people do that before just for the pricing, right? Because you never know.
I don't really go through the back issue bins as much as I should.
Because it's
I
from
kind of
2015, right?
yeah.
So it's gonna possibly, because you can't tell to ratio from the cover. It doesn't say like 1/25 on it. So how easy would it be to just be like, oh, I'll just put it in this bin with other Hawkeyes. It's fine.
Yeah. You're right. There's nothing to distinguish it from the other one. So check the back issue bins. I like this cover. I think that there's something, I can't pinpoint what I'm trying to say here, but there's something about the way they're positioned and the looks on their faces, their expressions, that's kind of illuminating. What? I'm like, are you reading comments? Oh, here we go. Purple looks so sick. It really does. Somebody up here said all new Hawkeye had some strange variants. Don't think we included those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot.
We can do it. We can do a part 2. That'd be kind of fun. Variant edition is the only way to tell if it's a 1 in 25 to distinguish it, right? All right. Very good. Let's keep cruising. Another really cool cover. I don't know who the artist is on this one. I didn't look it up. So this is number 3.
Eniwa. It's another 1 in 25.
This one's funny. If you look at all the details, there's like a dead person laying behind the cart.
With all the arrows.
I'll shut up with arrows. Coffee's only 99 cents. Hell yeah. And they're just sitting there enjoying their snack after just like destroying the place. I like that the target in the backgrounds just hit bullseye. This is a fun one. We're looking at $29 for the raw.
Is it Eniwa or any WU or any? Oh shoot.
Wait, hold on. I'll check for you.
It might be Eniwa or any Woo.
I'll look it up.
Also from 2015. 25.
No worries. Give me a second. Let's see here. Oh, Woo variant.
Okay.
Yeah. You got it. You're right.
I said Wah at first.
Did you really? I didn't catch it. Like, you said Woo. That was perfect. Yeah, so here's another one, guys. If you have the chance to pick it up, do. It's on an upward trend. And really quickly, I just saw a spike in the views here. If you're just joining us, welcome to Comic Book Women. We normally have a third member of the crew, but Lucy was feeling a little under the weather. So Jen and I are just tag teaming this tonight. Every week we choose a different female character, creator, writer, artist, whatever, and then we just spotlight them and give you an idea of what they're doing on third markets. So if you're looking at eBay, stuff like that, showing you their performance. It's our market report. And we try to pick as relevant of subjects as we can. And with Hawkeye's trailer dropping the other day, Jen's like, we got to do this one. And yeah, hell yeah.
How could we not do it? We had to
because we want you guys to pick these up while you still can, if you still can. Annie Woo, there we go. Rob's Comics, you're awesome. Okay, this one I really enjoyed. This cover. I was going through them before we started the show, and I'm pulled to more of the artistic covers. I love like Carla Cohen. I love her stuff. I love Will Jack. I like that really artsy looking stuff. Zoo Orzu is another one that I really like. And I was looking at this one. I'm like, this is beautiful. Captures the character in a different way. I like the all white background. So you're looking at all new Hawkeye number 1. Sia Shit, I need to follow my own rules. Sia is the artist. I may have totally messed that up. But yeah, why did we choose this one, Jen?
Just it's her depicted in a different kind of style that we don't see very often, and it seems still affordable. So for people who maybe after reading the Matt Fraction run or Young Avengers, if you were looking to get on a cover.
Yeah, it's definitely still affordable. You're looking at $2. Well, this one sold for 13, but came out in 2016. The cover's still under $10, no matter how you look at it. And $30 for a 9.8 is insane, because that's basically what it costs to get these things graded anyways. Let's see what they're saying here. Highly underrated female artist, 100% agree. Guys, let me know if I completely ruined that name. Sia is how I would pronounce that. Master of watercolor art. And watercolor is so tricky. Yi agrees, underrated artist. This might be one that we need to cover, Jen, on one of the next shows.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. A sweet cover. Yes, 3,000 printed, and a black and white was 1,000.
Yep. There's a black and white sketch-ish looking one.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about this cover, this is probably the one out of all of, I have a different style though. Like I would be pulled more to this one because of the artistic technique
I
here.
figured you would like this.
Is that why you included this?
Well, I try to pick stuff that I think you and Lucy.
Aww. You're like, oh, Laurel like this because I'm such a sap when it comes to the covers. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. It's different, but I like it. I think this is just, thanks, Jen. You love me. All right. Now Jen's gonna be bright red. $30 if you can get this, guys. Snag it up. Beautiful cover. So yeah, shout out over to Phantom there, the Phantom variant. All new Hawkeye, Women of Power, number 5 variant edition. We're looking at $15. Ooh.
That was recent. That was a recent one. But it's kind of going along, like with shipping, right? It's in that 20-ish range.
Yeah, the $20 range. It's reasonable. It's still obtainable. Who's the artist here? Do you know?
This is number 5, Phil Noto, Women of Power.
Noto. And then you got Pizza. Hold on a second. I was wondering who's making all this noise. Anthony just comes barging in like one of the kids. Hi. Yeah, I'm on. Want to say hi? Here, say hi to Jen.
Is it just you guys hanging out?
Yeah, you should go hop on with us.
You guys should have invited me. Look at you. I'm out of here.
He couldn't have been on. He was taking our son to jujitsu. So
Nice.
Anyways. All right, yeah, this is a beautiful cover. Again, you get to see a little bit more of her strength, which her character is so resilient. And again, if you guys read her background story, you'll know that a big part of her motivation in becoming the character that she is because she was assaulted in Central Park. And so she chose to channel that anger and hurt into something pretty badass. And she becomes awesome. So I like covers like this where you really get to see the power of her as a female. And I think it's neat.
And there's Pizza Dog.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, this is a cool cover. You got all of them. Yeah. From the pose, I would think this is a Conan homage. Maybe.
The coloring too, the background coloring.
That's a good one. Yep. See, look at Rob's Comics agrees with you. Downward trend for now, but under $20. Try to snag it up if you can. Aw.
Same.
We got to get Trish would kill it, or drawing that, right? We got to make that happen. All right. Sorry, I'm getting excited. Okay, this is one that after we were like basically done doing the show, we're like, oh, we got to go back and add this one because this is when you see Kate Bishop come out and have her actual first solo series. This is where she takes front and center, and not only is it an awesome cover, what else, Jen?
It's also the first appearance of Ramon Watts.
That's not what I was getting at.
Oh.
Whatnot.
Oh, that's right. Because I didn't include it because I'm like, there's so many. We're already at like 14 comics. Like everyone knows about this one. I don't need to like add it. And then Laura's like, no, it's her first solo. I'm like, oh, okay. But I have this available tonight on Whatnot.
So if you see me on Whatnot, like outbidding everybody, that's why. I think that's awesome. No, and I do not own this.
I think it's starting $1 1 minute. I'll show. We'll just, yeah. Don't.
And Jen's putting this book up tonight on her Whatnot sale. Dope. That's what he said. Dope. We have the hip hops. Uh-huh. Ooh, have you seen the hip hop variants?
Yeah, I have one.
Oh, she has one. Nice. Yeah, I don't have this one though.
Oh, actually, I have one too.
We're gonna go shopping in your warehouse and try to find all kinds of like Young Avengers stuff, and we're just gonna start shopping. Love you, Aunt. When he says dope, it sounds cool. When I say it, it sounds stupid. Dope.
Real quick, I don't have any graded. It's funny. I actually have a lot of comics, and I'm like, oh, I need to get this pressed, or I need to go do this and this, or do that, right? And then one day, CGC it, and I don't like the idea of shipping through the mail right now. Especially with that 6 month. And then I've been hearing horror stories of people saying that they send their books like perfect. And then from sitting on that stack for months, that it's that little weird crease. Like by the spine.
We had that happen to, yeah, so, we had that happen.
And I probably should have got stuff graded last year when things were a tiny bit better. But I like dragged and I kind of regret it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I will probably be selling on whatnot that needs to be pressed or like finessed a little bit, and then I don't know. But grading, I don't. The stuff I have, I kind of want to keep.
CBCS is so much easier. Like when we checked in with them, like we knew immediately. It was like a turnaround. They had been checked in so fast, but they just don't hold the same prestige when we go to sell them. They just don't. And I told Anthony, I'm like, because him and I were getting so frustrated with CGC. It was taking so long, like months to get anything back or even to hear from them. And if you try to, that's a different show.
But it's funny. I have a golden ticket from something that if you want to try CBCS, it's you get 3 grade, you get the 4th free, and that'll be on the whatnot too. Like it's like a bonus.
See, I think that'd be awesome. I like CBCS. I think they're fast, they're responsive. They don't make it seem like. And then wasn't it CGC that's going to be expanding and starting to do like video game grading? It's like, what the hell? If you don't have enough staff to properly run the comic book arm, then don't add more to it. And that's always like, they're like, we're understaffed. Again, different show.
Yeah.
I'm totally going off on a tangent. It's hard. It's difficult trying to send things in.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going on a little bit of a rant. CBCS cases need a visual upgrade. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it just comes down to the casing.
Well, I also wouldn't mind if it was like on-site grading, right? If it was on-site grading, I could take my book physically, give it to you, and in 2-3 days get it back. Wait,
I say dope when I use dope as a word. Yeah. Anyway, CGC's with the great video games. They're adding more signings. Anyway, we got to do a whole show. Your staff, let's have another celebrity signature signing while your books sit here for another like month and a half. Anyways. Okay, so yeah, this one, guys, or the number 1 of her first solo series. Awesome book. Wish I owned this, but I don't. You'll have the opportunity if you tune into Jen's Whatnot show tonight, because she'll be putting one up, unless she decides to take it down and keep it. All right, so coming on November 3rd, 2021, we have the new series, right?
Mm-hmm. So it's going to be 4 covers. There's a Young Guns one that we don't. There's no placeholder. It's just that weird thing that they do on previews, right? Where you're like, what's the cover? And you're like, And then there's a headshot one that same thing. It says headshot, but we don't see what kind of headshot, like, or how it may look amazing. But I really like both these covers, and I already pre-ordered to make sure I get them.
The dog's hilarious in both. Sorry, I'm just staring at him. His head's like hanging out the window right here. Like, he's just having a great time. Okay. Sorry, I'm just, again, staring at this. Jen, are you there? Jen, you are frozen. I'm going to remove you and then you come back. All right, guys. Well, while we wait for Jen to reload there, these are both coming up. So if you are looking for something to read along this line, make sure you pick one of these up. Let's keep cruising. You know what? I'm going to give it 1 second to wait for Jen to come back up before we go to our new comic book day picks. So don't go anywhere, guys. Stand by. All right, sorry about that, guys. Jen is going to be hopping back on. Her video froze a little bit. Anthony's checking to make sure mine's not being wonky here, but just stick with me for a sec while we wait for her to hop back on. Please stand by. Exactly. Yeah, the smoke break logo is actually from the Tales from the Flipside, guys. I just never changed it. I don't even smoke. That's Brian's thing. I just never changed it. So when she gets back, we are going to be covering everything that we are excited about for tomorrow. And in the meantime, yeah, sorry, just kind of stalling here until she comes back. In the meantime, what are you guys looking forward to for tomorrow? If you put in the comments what book you're thinking about picking up, I will put it up on the screen. See, so Aaron uses the same thing, smoke break. Look at that. That's funny. I like it. Okay. Think we got her back. Oh, hold on. We got Anthony.
Can you hear me?
Yes. A little bit of a reverb. Hold on. I'm getting a little bit of an echo off of yours, Ant.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Try coming in from the... Oh, wait. I think that's better.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just need to talk calmer.
All right. So let's see. Tomorrow, people are looking forward to the Marvel Zombies.
Marvel Zombies.
Nope. I got to kick you out. You're echoing too much, but I love you. Stray Dogs paperback is coming out tomorrow. Trish is not biased, but if you've not gotten a hold of one of those, you definitely need to. Anthony and I did an exclusive. It's a Baltimore Comic-Con exclusive. So we are going to be doing more pre-sales of that one now that we have them in and we're doing our counts on damages. Let's see. Creed is looking forward to Iron Man 12. I agree. Good one. Eat, Bang, Kill. Yes, we have the Carla Cohen cover coming out tomorrow. Beautiful cover. That's a good one. And let's see. Aaron Yee, why don't you go ahead and hop on with me so that you can finish up the show? If you're up for it, I'll add you in. You guys want Aaron Yee to finish this with me? And yes, can't wait for the Stray Dogs trade paperback. Trish is awesome, and that series is fantastic. If you have not had the opportunity to read it, you are missing out. All right, so once Yee hops on, we'll keep going here because I don't think we're getting Jen back. And you guys are familiar with Yee. He does Dealer Flipside, so yeah, Yee's awesome. He was actually one of our original Bird City Comics peeps. Primordial looks really good. I'm interested in reading that one. We did do an exclusive. Well, we teamed up with somebody to do an exclusive on that one. So that'll be a fun read. What else? No one ever talks about that Generations Horn variant, but I like it. I don't remember which one you're talking about. Jen done run off. I know. I don't know where she went. She's like, I'm done with this. So let's see here. I'm going to send an invite over to Yee, so stand by with me for a sec. Sorry, guys. Boop. And there he is. Can you close that, buddy? Yee, thank you so much for hopping on short notice.
Hey, yeah, no worries.
So you know how this works. Next, we're going to go on to new comic book day picks, and hopefully you'll just be familiar with these. So Lucy, who's not here tonight, chose the Justice League 67.
Ooh, looks like Jen's back.
It's not registering. It says her cam and mic is not installed or something. Anyways, Lucy likes Stephanie Hans. She's a huge fan. We're actually going to be covering her next week, so she chose this stunning cover. What do you think of that one?
Oh man, yeah, Stephanie Hans, like classic artist, like she does a lot amazing work. Oh shit, am I lagging?
Oh no, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think that her stuff is incredible, and that's why we're actually going to be highlighting or giving you guys some background on what she's been doing. But that was Lucy's pick.
Yeah, I remember I gave away Stephanie Hans variant actually on It's Drunken Chat one night.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm. Wait.
Oh, I think I'm losing you too, guys. What is happening tonight? Yee, are you there? Okay, lost Yee. We're just going to keep cruising. Again, I apologize. I'm not sure why I keep losing everybody. Her die art is amazing. That's actually where I knew Stephanie Hans from, but then I didn't know that she was capable of this type of stuff. Yee, I got you back.
Yeah, sorry, I was on my work SSID, so that's why I was lagging.
What is happening tonight? It's crazy. Everybody's freezing on me. Another one bites the dust. No, we got him back. I'm freezing everybody. I don't know what's happening. So Primordial, somebody in the chat was talking about this book. Do you know the premise of it, Aaron?
I don't know the premise, but I've heard really good things about it. So I know there's a lot of hype on it. So, and there's like a few store exclusives, if I'm not mistaken, first too.
Yeah, there's a couple that did this. 616 did one. That's the one that we teamed up with. So let me see here. I think the general idea is that you have these space monkeys that are sent off, and then they encounter something while they're in space, and they come back, and it's like they may have been messed with while they were out there by aliens.
That sounds
All
pretty
right.
cool, actually. I
I
mean,
think it is too.
and it's an image book too. So I mean, I mean, who are the two big studios that are killing it with independent books? It's Image and Boom are the top two I can always think of. Like where an issue 1 is like something that I'm excited to pick up in the store.
Although I do think that Aftershock, you're starting to see more good stuff coming out of Aftershock. I think that Dark Horse is good at doing some good stuff, and so is SourcePoint. SourcePoint's starting to.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of new. I mean, I think a lot of independent publishers are just like making a lot of big noise in the comic community because like that's what people are enjoying to read right now instead of like the big two of either Marvel or DC. Like we're starting to hear a lot more noise from all these independent publishers.
I think you nailed it there. I think you absolutely nailed it. I'm more drawn to these stories. I think there's just so much more that you can do with them. Although you do see the MCU expanding in ways that they can, but I just think that there's just a lot more creative freedom there. Like
Right.
if you look at Tinian.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, at the same time, like, how many times has Marvel restarted like a character storyline? Like when it's like, oh, it's getting to a really good part. Okay, new story arc, new writers,
Which is
new
so
creative-
confusing because it's like intimidating for people that are just coming into the hobby to try to catch up, you know?
Yeah.
Boom, Scout, Image, yes, all those are fantastic. Now let's see here. This is about in 1957, the USSR launched the dog Leica into Earth's orbit. 2 years later, the US responded with 2 monkeys, Abel and Baker. These monkeys never returned. But unbeknownst to everyone, they did not die in orbit. They were taken. Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh.
And now they're coming home. So it could be interesting. So that was Jen's pick.
This is how they ease kids, you know, letting them know that aliens exist, and then
Hold on, you broke up. Say that again.
I said this is the way that they allow, you know, getting kids to ease into the idea of aliens existing.
Ooh, dang, that's an interesting way of looking at it. Maybe. You never know.
We need Brian on here to discuss more on that.
The conspiracy theory. So Primordial was Jen's pick. You have the Justice League 67 Stephanie Hans cover, gorgeous. That was Lucy's pick. And then I chose Adam Hughes because I mean this Black Widow series is awesome. If you're not reading it, you definitely should be. And this cover is badass. What do you think?
Yeah, this cover definitely got a lot of attention. And then, you know, Hughes, he's a super popular artist too. Like, and don't you just love his signature where it just says "ah"?
Yeah, right. I remember when I first started doing covers, I would tell Anthony, like, "Who's "ah"? And he's like, "Laura, Adam Hughes," and it took me forever to remember that. But
even if you just say "ah" too, most people would know who you're talking about.
well, nowadays, I'm like, okay, now I get it. But when I first started, I had no clue. But really cool cover, really great storyline. If you're not reading Black Widow, I highly recommend it. And all 3 of these come out tomorrow. Agree, as a newbie collector, Marvel stories are a little intimidating. Independents are easy reads. Exactly. You don't have to know like all this backstory and all these different intertwined. That part can be a little like you walk in and you just end up feeling kind of stupid, you know? Like I've been there so many times where I'm like, I don't know as much as anybody in this room.
Well, and it's kind of great with independent books too, that I feel like creator, like you said earlier, that they have the freedom to do like pretty much anything they want. I mean, but it can vary of all ages to appeal to also.
Look who we have back, Aaron.
Cool. What's up, Jen?
Stupid computer.
You're totally fine. Jen, we were kind of covering all 3 of these. We were talking a little bit about how independent publishers are just kind of bringing their A game nowadays. It's becoming hard to compete. Why did you choose Primordial specifically, other than the fact that it's awesome and it's Jeff Lemire? But go ahead.
Just the story. Like, do you guys read the synopsis or no?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so that synopsis is what got me into it, and there's 3 or 4 normal covers, and I think I ordered 1 of each one just because I liked them all.
Nice.
This one in particular.
Yeah, it's very, very. And did we do a Primordial exclusive? I don't remember.
No, we couldn't agree on an idea, remember?
No, so we just bought in on somebody's,
Yeah.
right? Was it 616 did one?
616 and
Yeah, there's a lot of exclusives for this one. So they want to know if you were temporarily stuck in the Matrix, Jen.
Yes.
Is that where you were?
And then your Black Widow pick too. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I didn't know it was written by Jeff Lemire. That makes it even more appealing now at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Lemire's kind of killing it too, because the last week we chose the Maze book was the one that I picked for mine, because I thought that, again, the Lemire story was really well done, and it kind of captured all these different aspects of a story that I would be drawn into long term. And so you see him, obviously everybody's like, oh, Sweet Tooth, it's doing so well, but then now he's pumping out these really cool books. So keep an eye on them.
And the Black Widow storyline is awesome too. People should be reading Black Widow.
Yes, that's what we were just saying, and every JP's budget collecting was saying it's been great. What else was in here? I think that was it. You were in Purgatory, Jen.
Yeah. I tried logging on with my cell phone, and even my cell phone was like denied for the mic and the video. I'm like, what? Why? And I kept trying to like do other stuff, and the computer was rebooting the whole entire time in the background, and just caught up.
No, you were fine. It's perfect. I think we actually should have Yi on here more often, because he just seems to like know so much stuff. Yi, do you have anything you want to add about Kate Bishop since we covered her tonight?
Oh, with the Fraction Run stuff, like for the last year, I've been picking up all those later printings, like because you can find them at back issue bins for super cheap. I mean, you know, a few of the issues like issue 1 and like some of the keys in that run like were a bit more pricier, but like everything else, like, you know, I was picking up in back issue bins for like cover price, like. But it's great too because all those covers are all purple, like with the later printings.
And purple's important. We discussed that early in. They better be purple, otherwise it just like
kills it, right?
It kills it. It totally kills it. All right. Well, I know Jen has a Whatnot show going, so we'll keep this moving here. Coming up soon, right, Jen? 7:30? My time?
We had 7:30. I think 9:30 my time, and then 10:30 Eastern.
Okay, perfect.
Nice.
So guys, until next time, make sure that you subscribe and give the show a thumbs up. Nearing Nerdvana is mine, Jen, and Lucy's own channel that we do on Saturdays. So if you haven't had the opportunity to check that out, please do. Bird City Comics, that's who I can represent. So again, we are constantly producing exclusives, and we're starting up our Facebook shows again, Aaron. I don't know if you saw that last night, but we went live yesterday for like the first time in months, and it was so weird.
I did, and I missed it because I was actually working on Dealer Flipside for tomorrow, so I don't have to rush it tomorrow.
Oh, well, there you go. You're stretched so thin. I feel like you're on everything.
Actually, it's like, since we're doing more live shows, I'm getting more time because there's less editing now.
Nice.
Oh, perfect. Well, everybody in the chat knew who you were. You're like, do you want to hop on? And they're like, yes, bring me in. So we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Like, thank you for having me. So
we'll have you for a full show and do this properly next time, so Jen's not like freezing on me.
I know we got to get off with Nico's broadband plan. So as I commented earlier.
All right, very good. Jen, do you want to add anything before I call it?
Happy hunting.
Oh, what's your name on Whatnot, so everyone can find you?
It's a comic aficionado. I didn't have time to type it.
Yeah, but I mean, she does pack books very well, so I mean, trusted seller.
Oh, look at that. The Yi stamp of approval. That's awesome. Very cool. All right, guys, have a great night. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.